5 in Moraga, police say a group of thieves has been stealing garage door openers from cars and then using them to get into the homes. KTVU crime reporter Henry Lee, live tonight in Moraga.
How are they getting garage door openers?
With the latest on this one, Henry.
Yeah, at least 2 of these cases, the burglars opened up the garage, actually briefly made it into the actual home. But luckily, they've never made any contact with the residents.
They just found a garage door opener. They're opening the garage.
They just found it. It just was just right there. Like, you know, they were just walking down the street, minding their own business, and just kick something on the ground. Oh, it's a garage door opener. Let's see what it opens.
And then 3 of them are running into the garage.
Surveillance video shows a carload of burglars opening an unlocked vehicle, stealing a garage door opener, and then using the clicker to open the garage.
Did he say an unlocked vehicle?
And then using the clicker to open the garage of a home in Moraga. Locked vehicle steals a carload of burglars opening an unlocked vehicle, stealing.
Your car is locked for a reason.
A garage door opener, and then using the clicker to open the garage of a home in Moraga. It happened on Larch Way at about 6:30 Sunday morning. Moraga Police Chief John King says it was just one of many incidents reported in the neighborhood at the time.
Where about 15 vehicles, unlocked vehicles, were accessed and ransacked, and I believe 4 homes where the garage doors were open.
5 people arrived in what...
That officer's frustrated.
turned out to be a stolen Lexus and checked for cars that were unlocked.
They're looking for crime of opportunity. They're literally...
Yeah, crime opportunity. That's what most crime is opportunity. You know, thieves are going to look for the least resistance. I mean, you think a thief is going to jack a fully grown man in shape walking down the street? Or is he going to jack a overweight person? You know, like, the thing about it is like, when you look at crime and stuff, oftentimes people put themselves in positions to be burglarized and robbed.
Going down the street, checking car doors to see if they're locked or unlocked.
And they didn't just rifle through the cars.
Criminals are now taking those remote control garage door openers, opening the garage door, and then they're accessing the garage also to see what else is in there that they can steal.
The group also went through...
Or even the house. Because oftentimes if you get in the garage, you don't lock the door, because you know there's a door between the garage and the house, but you don't lock the door that goes into your house. And that's when it gets dangerous, because some of these people are still in the house, and usually if they confront the thieves will run away. But sometimes the homeowners confront them in a different way. Sometimes they got a firearm, they shoot the thief, or, you know, the thief starts to try to attack them. I mean, it just gets crazy when you get those interactions.
The cars on the driveway next door. A witness called police.
When one of the officers arrived, she observed a group running from a garage and jumping into a vehicle, and then they left the area at a high rate of speed.
Moraga police chased...
They say it was a female officer.
Observed a group running from a garage.
The group also went through the cars on the driveway next door. A witness called police.
When one of the officers arrived, she observed a group running from a garage and jumping into a vehicle, and then they left the area at a high rate of speed.
Moraga police chased the Lexus on Canyon Road and Pinehurst, but canceled the pursuit. The Lexus was later found abandoned by BART police in East Oakland. Police say the incidents are a reminder to take steps to avoid being victimized.
If we can...
So the thieves just got away. Y'all had them right there in your line of sight. You just allowed them to...
move the opportunity, we can stop the crime.
Neighbors say they're on a...
What? That's not true, officer. Removing the opportunity would help prevent it in a way, but all that would happen is the criminals would just get more aggressive. I mean, you should always protect yourself. You should always lock your car doors and stuff like that, but criminals are going to find a way to commit crime. So there's really no way to avoid it, but trust me, the person that had their car door locked and the person that didn't have their car door locked, well, you can guess which one of them is going to be burglarized.
The Lexus was later found abandoned by BART police in East Oakland. Police say the incidents are a reminder to take steps to avoid being victimized.
Why do we know this was going to be in Oakland? We just knew this was going to be in California somewhere, but Oakland specifically.
We can remove the opportunity.
Crime-ridden city.
We can stop the crime.
Neighbors say they're unaccustomed to these kinds of burglaries.
It's a little concerning. I mean, we normally don't have crime, and you forget to lock your doors on your car and even the house doors sometimes. So it's a good reminder to make.
You live in Oakland, dog. Come on, man. You forgot? I mean, I'll be honest, like, I got underground parking. You know, I probably don't necessarily need to lock my car doors. I mean, but yeah, crime is opportunity. If I leave my car door unlocked and I got my credit cards in the center console and somebody goes in there, steals them and uses them, or they steal whatever else I got in my vehicle, I deserve it. I'm going to take accountability. I'm going to say, you know, that's on me. I'll still be upset and mad at the criminal for doing it, especially in a secured building, or should be secured, but nothing's really that secure. Like, anybody can be touched. I don't care who you are. So, you know, this guy right here.
The burglaries.
It's a little concerning. I mean, we normally don't have crime, and you forget to lock your doors on your car and even the house doors sometimes. So it's a good reminder to make sure that everything stays locked up.
You're just in a bubble, man, but your bubble will be popped if you don't stay diligent, because criminals are expanding. They're understanding that they've already cannibalized their own area and there's really nothing else to steal within their radius. So they're going to start to expand, and the suburbs are going to be next up. Like, the criminals aren't going to stop committing crimes. So I don't know what the hell y'all are thinking is going on, but you will be robbed. And they're going to be they're going to move out to the suburbs. Then they're going to start even going to rural areas. Now, they might face a little more resistance out there, but I don't really care. People do, oh, I wish a criminal would come to my home. I'm going to fill him with lead. Bro, like, that's possible, but oftentimes they have the drop on you. You're in bed in your teddy bear pajamas. You don't got your gun ready and you're not prepared. The guy just said it. We're not even prepared. Like, we're chilling, thinking that crime doesn't happen in this area, and all of a sudden there's a criminal in my face walking into my kitchen through my garage door because I left my garage door opener in my other car, which basically is just like leaving the keys sitting right there hanging on the mailbox to enter your house. Team, if you park your vehicle outside and you have a garage door opener, you know, the one that you clip right on the sun visor or whatever, don't do that. Get the one that stays attached to your keys. Get the one that clips and stays attached to your keys. Leaving it in your car, even if you lock your car, is the same as allowing them to be able to enter you, because it's not that difficult to break your window and get into your vehicle, and it's not even that loud. You can spark plug it. You can use the there's a tool to break it off. I forgot what it's called. I actually got one. But yeah, they can put tape over your window, break it real quick, get right in there. It's almost, you can't even hear it. And they can just slip your garage door open off and get into your house. So yeah, leaving your garage door opener in your car, in your driveway, or on the street is the same as leaving your keys there. Let's see what else we got. We got a lot of videos to go through, so let's speed it up.
Cars were hit by thieves in the middle of the night. Residents on alert left with a trail of damage. They just hit car, drove up the street, went to the next cul-de-sac. It's extremely frustrating.
An Oakland neighborhood waking up to shattered glass in their driveways. Good evening on this Wednesday. I'm Christina Rendon.
And I'm Mike Meebeck. The crime's happening in the Oakland Hills. The suspects hitting multiple cul-de-sacs in just a matter of minutes. New at 10, KTVU's Betty Yu joins us live tonight from Oakland. Betty, this does appear to be a very coordinated crime spree.
That's right, Mike. Surveillance video suggests that they planned accordingly. They had tools and a thought-out strategy. Now, they didn't get away with much, but they left a trail of damage. Video shows a car pull up and park in the middle of a cul-de-sac just before 3 a.m. on Tuesday. The suspects casually stroll up to different cars. They focus on the Audi and easily break the window and rummage through it before walking back to the getaway car in no apparent rush.
They're getting more brazen every day. It looks like they had broke the window and then they crawled in through the...
Is that the same guy? We still in Oakland? Oakland Hills. Where is this at? That looks like the same dude. Hold on real quick. I gotta know now. No, that's not the same guy. Damn, they look way different. I don't know, man. They're saying the same thing though, so it's kind of like, damn, like everybody's just the same, foolish and unaware. Like
The window, opened the center console, ruffled through there, pulled the mask in. There's only mask and napkins in there. Pulled them out onto the seat, and then crawled back out, because if they open the door, the alarm goes off.
Longtime resident Roger Worsema said outside of one-off car break-ins in the past, the Mary...
And, I mean, you did the best that you could. You did lock your doors. They chose to break your window. There's really nothing you can do about that. And that's what I'm saying, whether you have your doors unlocked or not, but having your doors locked is just smarter. And also your alarm will go off if they open your door and you have it locked. So, but the other thing is this, never leave anything visible in your vehicle. One of my friends, she came to watch me at one of my basketball games one time, and we were in the hood. Like sometimes when you're having these basketball games and tournaments and stuff, they're right in the center of the hood. And she had her work laptop in her bag and all that stuff, and she just pulls up to the game, and she did lock her doors, but she had her laptop bag sitting right on the front passenger seat. And it was a nice laptop bag. It was like Michael Kors, or it wasn't like top designer like, you know, Louis Vuitton or Prada or anything, but it was like a Michael Kors bag or something like that. It was probably like a $399 bag or something like that. But it had her laptop in there, work papers, all that type of stuff. I get done with the game, and I'm walking her out to her car, only to see that the passenger window is destroyed, busted out. Her car's ramsacked. And I'm like, why the hell did they... Because she had like a little punk car, like, it was like a Nissan Leaf or something like that, like something stupid. And I'm like, why would they break into a Nissan? Oh, my laptop's gone. They stole my laptop. You had your... Where was it at? Well, I left it right there on the seat. Windows untinted. Even if they were tinted, it's still stupid. But she learned a valuable lesson from that. She won't do it again. You know, and I told her, actually before that, it was because I'd known her for a while. And, you know, I actually told her, and she actually alluded to the fact, like, you told me, like, to be better and all that. And, you know, just be more aware of my surroundings. But yeah, that's what happened.
Wood neighborhood hasn't been targeted like this. Right after this, video captured what looked like the same car and suspects at another cul-de-sac pulling the same stunt. They appeared to use glass-breaking tools and didn't set off any car alarms. Another camera angle shows them getting into a Porsche. Nearly a dozen residents woke up to shattered glass in their cars and on their driveways in the morning.
It's extremely frustrating because I just, like, you know, you would think that, you know, here it would be relatively safe. And I just feel like it's the city of Oakland is there any place left that is safe? This happened to me 6 months ago, and I was down on Lakeshore.
Jane Barnes reported the burglary to the non-emergency police line and spoke to an Oakland police officer.
He even said, he was like, we're going to log this and try, but we really don't have anything to go off of, especially when we have homicides that we have to, address first.
Don J. Nair also has to replace his glass window.
My wife was carjacked about 2.5 years back in Oakland. What struck out to me and across all the incidents is these are kids.
Oakland has to be one of the most concentrated places of crime in the entire United States. But, a lot of these people just, they just leave things out. Like, I know it sucks. I know we all want to just be carefree and not have to worry about criminals, but that's part of it, man. It's part of it. Like, y'all, just stop making it so easy. We really make it easy for ourselves to be victims. It's like going to a house party in the center of, well, you could say in Minnesota, like North Minneapolis. It's probably one of our, the worst parts of Minnesota as far as just like urban area crime. And you go to a house party in North Minneapolis, there's a good chance that you're going to get shot or hurt or get in a fight. And you're just putting yourself in that situation by your own volition. Leaving your car door open is just asking to get jacked.
Is there an end in sight? Where is it going to come from? Is it going to come from, the city? Is it going to come from the police? Like, what else is there to do? I'm just at a loss.
And residents said that
you got to protect yourself.
at least in one case, these thieves took a garage door opener from one of the cars and actually used it to get inside this resident's garage and go through it. Now, it's unclear if they took anything in that case.
And that's the thing. You leaving your garage door opener in your vehicle. I mean, all of this stuff is just like, it's just recipes for disaster. Like, you have to put yourself in a position where you're just not making yourself an easy target, because that's what the police are frustrated with. It's like, we are making ourselves easy targets, and then you want the police to help you, but you didn't even help yourself in the beginning. Like, I can't help you more than you help yourself. If you took all the necessary steps and then something bad still happened, it's different than when you just basically left your garage door open, left your car door open with access to your home right there, and then the criminals got in there. Y'all be having whole burglar systems, ring door cameras, but then you just leave your garage door open right there so you can get robbed.
Old trend, thieves are going into unlocked cars as they do, and if they don't see anything of value, they take your garage door opener and they raid your garage. News Channel 8's Jana Jones is in Riverview in one of the neighborhoods that recently got hit.
Many who live in this Summerfield subdivision describe this as a nice and quiet neighborhood, but it's when it's quiet that these thieves are breaking into your garage and they're stealing your things. Surveillance video shows a pair of slick criminals going into an unlocked car, getting the garage door opener, and then going into a garage in Riverview. The pair stole a motorbike while the family slept inside.
Criminals, they get more and more brazen. The more they do, then it becomes easier for them.
Hillsborough County deputies say they're seeing more and more criminals lurking around homes and getting into garages.
People continue to leave their doors unlocked. They don't lock their vehicles. And I think the worst part is people become very secure when they're in their own driveway.
That's the case for Lisa Lynn Schoten. She says she minds her own business and has never had a problem in this neighborhood.
It's very quiet. A lot of kids playing on the street and everybody, just friendly.
Deputies say criminals are taking advantage of the friendly. They're not expecting it.
Well, I was very surprised. See Riverview, like, oh my goodness. And then they said Summerfield, like, wow, that's really hitting close to home.
At her home, she does have some security measures to try and protect herself.
Or even if they don't even ring the doorbell, somebody comes in that area, it says somebody's on your porch.
The problem is, security or no security, people are forgetting the little things.
Lock your car doors, even if it's in your own driveway.
People in this community got a rude awakening from thieves, but they say they won't get taken advantage of again.
Stay away from my home and my neighborhood, because we're ready for you.
Again.
You ready for him? What are you gonna do?
Stay away from my home and my neighborhood, because we're ready for you.
This is what I don't understand. Why does the news... I think they do this on purpose, y'all. I really do. I really think they do this on purpose. They always interview a single woman that looks like she can't protect herself to get out of a wet paper bag. What criminal is this person going to stop? You're ready for them? In what way? Oh, you got a gun? You got a firearm in your house? I wouldn't be afraid of you with a firearm at all. You wouldn't even... I'm going to go light on her, man. I'm going to go light. Let's move on. She's ready for you, though. So, criminals, you see this woman right here? If you ever approach her, just know that she's ready. She's not going to allow you to burglarize her. If you try to, bad things are going to happen to you. Be afraid. Be afraid.
Where they got in. While Stacy's family was sleeping, uninvited visitors made themselves feel right at home.
Somehow they got into my husband's vehicle and then somehow used a remote or frequency to...
Somehow? I hate when people are so misleading like this. You mean your husband left his door open to his car and they just opened the door normally and just walked into his car and began to rummage through it and find things?
Open the garage door.
Nah, this is what happened. Your husband came home drunk like he does every night, left his car door unlocked, left his garage door opener right there in the visor, and the criminals just literally walked up to his door, seen that it was unlocked because his lock thing was pushed up, and they opened the door. They immediately looked up, seen the garage door opener, pressed the button and had access to your house.
She found out when a police officer knocked on her door at 4 a.m. to let her know it was open.
I walked out the front door with the officer and I said, no, my truck is here. And I walked around just a little further in the walk and I go, oh my gosh, my car is gone.
A neighbor's security camera captured the theft.
They were in here rummaging around. Then they left out the side of the garage. The lights go dark. A car drives off. So we thought that was the end of it. The next thing you know, they put the keys in and drive off in my car.
During the midnight shift, Lee Summit police increased.
Next thing you know, they put the keys in and drove off in my car. So you left your keys. Well, it wasn't a garage, but you let them get access.
Patrols in residential
People don't
areas.
take any accountability,
Sergeant
y'all.
Pugh says officers find as many as 15 to 20 garage doors open every night.
Thieves have truly figured that out, that there's more items of value that are quick and easy to steal in your garage than in your full home.
What disturbs Stacy is that a single unlocked door separated her family from those intruders.
Maybe it was a good thing we were sleeping, because if we came through that door and they were there with these other people, we don't know what could have happened.
In Lee Summit.
Yeah, and that's the problem. And it was kind of what I was alluding to earlier. It's like that's the issue. Like, no telling how y'all will react or how they'll react. So everybody's just kind of in a position where, you know, it gets to a point where, you know, we're really putting ourselves in terrible situations. They could have came into your house. A lot of these criminals are not of the aggressive type, because you do have different types of criminals. I don't know. I would classify, I would just say A and B criminals. You got A, you got aggressive criminals, and then you got B, you got criminals that are non-violent criminals, I guess you can call them. So the B criminals, non-violent. And the non-violent criminals aren't necessarily gonna take that extra step as going into your house because they know what that's gonna come with. They're gonna have to, there's a good chance they're gonna have to confront you and then cause bodily harm to you, and they don't really wanna do that. The aggressive criminals are the ones that aren't really looking for money. Like, they're looking to assault you, murder you, intimidate you, scare you, different things like that. Like, these are probably just brat kids, which they're worse than that, but I'm just saying, like, they really just want to steal items, but they don't want to have confrontation. They're not running around with guns and knives and weapons, and they're going to put a knife to your throat and, you know, maybe commit a sexual assault or something. So it's a little bit different as far as the criminals that you deal with, but we got a couple more.
Austin police are warning people about a scary tactic burglars are using to break into homes. They're investigating several cases in South Austin right now. KXAN's Amanda Brandeis met with one victim who says he's still on edge after it happened to him.
My door panel seems to be pried off.
When thieves broke into Shane Cunningham's car, they left little behind.
Everything else, the material stuff, the cologne, the jacket, the money, that's all replaceable.
What he can't replace, his sense of security, after realizing they also took his garage door opener.
Yeah, I do feel violated. I feel unsafe in my own home. I feel like this guy or woman is watching me when I leave just for the right opportunity.
So far, that hasn't happened, but police say in several other cases, thieves are using the garage door openers.
They probably won't come back to his house and use his garage door opener, but I mean, it sucks, but like, you actually can, you know, replace that whole system. You can disable that garage door opener that they have. The problem is that if they do come back to try to use it and see it doesn't work, they'll probably just leave it alone at that point because it's going to be too difficult to do anything else. And the criminals are probably just as scared as you are. You know, like I said, these are going to be the B criminals that are nonviolent. You're probably more worried about people that are like aggressive criminals. Like, those are the ones that you need to be scared about, not these criminals that are just opportunists. And yeah, you can replace everything. Can't really replace your peace of mind, but... And they actually it looked like they broke into his car, but he had a whole bunch of stuff just laying around. I'll put it like this. Leaving your car door open is the same as just having on display. It's like leaving on your front step your bottle of cologne, leaving on your front step loose cash, leaving on your front step your leather jacket or whatever else you were talking about. That's the same thing as leaving your car door unlocked and having valuables in there.
To get in the house. You never want to leave your garage door opener in the car. Instead, bring it with you in a purse or invest in a remote opener that can go right on your keychain.
They took everything from here.
Shane keeps the door from his garage to the house locked at all times now, but is still nervous, wondering who essentially has a key to his home.
To all the residents.
Why would they have a key to your home? You can literally disable all that stuff. You go to your main box on your garage door opener and you disable the remote. You unprogram all the remotes and then you reprogram your new ones. It's that simple. They don't have a key to your house. It's like if they took your house keys and you just kept the same locks there. Like, if somebody runs off with your house keys, you're not just gonna have the same lock on your door. When you move into an apartment and the old tenant moves out, the apartment is supposed to change the locks when the new tenant moves in, because although they're supposed to return their keys, they could easily make a copy, and then when the new tenant's in there, they could wait a couple weeks till the new tenant moves in, use their old key that they made a copy of and come into the new tenant's apartment, and they know the layout because they live there. So I mean, that's kind of cap what he's talking about.
In Austin, bring your garage door opener in with you at night, just like you would your set of keys. You don't leave your car keys in your car. You shouldn't leave a key to your house in your car as well.
He says taking the extra time to protect yourself can save you a lot of worry in the long run. Amanda Brandeis, KXAN News.
Cunningham says he filed a police report online but was never contacted by a police detective, so we asked APD about that. Car burglaries are inspected by sector detectives who also cover other property crimes, and they tell us with hundreds of cases in Austin, it's difficult to contact every victim. We're told Cunningham's case is suspended until they get new information or new evidence.
Cunningham, I'm just going to tell you they don't care at all. You put yourself in that situation, it's how the cops feel, and they're irritated. You just heard the first cop talk about it, and he's just like, guys, like, you're just giving the criminals a invitation to rob you. Like, we can't do anything about this. And if there's no aggression from the criminals as far as causing bodily harm to you, we just can't take it as a priority. Like, we're dealing with the A-type criminals that are aggressive. We'll come and find them. Like, if they rob your car, use your garage door opener, come in there, assault you, tie you up, transfer all your money from your cell phone into their accounts, or drive you around the ATMs or the bank to try to get your money out, like, then those criminals will be a little more aggressive. But you just literally leaving all your stuff in your car wide open, unlocked, and then them going through, rummaging, taking all your stuff out and disappearing, we're not going to make that a priority at all.
There is another.
So, yep. We got more.
Tell you about burglars in the Bay Area breaking into your cars not to get their hands on your small change. Police say they're looking for your garage door opener and then using that to get into your home.
And now tonight, our Jacqueline and Glaze discovered a recent case where a camera caught those suspects in the act.
This surveillance video taken inside a Coquina Key garage isn't exactly hair-raising, but it will send a chill down your spine when you see how cool and carefree these burglars appear.
They just strolling the garage like they own the house.
It's 4:30 Monday morning. Pedro Malero was...
Because they know, especially in California, you can't do anything to them even if you catch them. If you shoot them, you're going to go to jail. They're not scared. And this guy don't look like he's going to hurt anyone. Like most of the homeowners. And that's why when people be talking tough on the internet, man, them guards, they be on, they be meeting, they be on their way to hell. If they did that tomorrow, you wouldn't do nothing. Most people aren't prepared. Most people are not aggressive like that to the point where they're going to be able to protect themselves.
asleep inside, his spouse getting ready for work. That's when he received a cell phone alert. Someone had opened the couple's garage.
It's a very scary situation.
The men you see in this video took off running when they found the door locked and people inside. St. Pete police say these men were burglarizing unlocked cars, but when they got their hands on garage door openers like this one, they tried upping their game by breaking into houses.
For them, it's just stealing somebody's property, but...
And that's the thing, like what they said, like when they figured out people are in there, they scattered and ran off. So those are your B criminals. Those criminals are non-violent. The issue is when you run into a person that actually doesn't care about that and he wants to hurt you. Those criminals are really, really dangerous because they would actually approach you and possibly take your life. And there are plenty of those out there as well.
For somebody, it's an intrusion on your personal.
Police say they caught one of the burglars, 21-year-old Michael Plummer, and when they ran his DNA, they linked him to a similar crime that happened last December. In that case, Plummer is accused of going into an unlocked car, stealing a garage door opener, and then using that to gain access to the house. Once inside, police say Plummer stole a gun.
Yes, we're very lucky.
Lucky to a point. Plummer is off the streets tonight, but this other man in the video is still on the run. And police believe he still has Malero's garage door opener. In St. Petersburg, Jacqueline Inglace, ABC Action News.
That's garage door opener. He'll be caught soon, but he'll just get released. And nothing's going to happen to him. They're in California. California, nothing happens to thieves and burglars and criminals. We got more.
And who's about to turn 80 years old is dealing with the theft of his beloved.
This one actually kind of hurt my feelings, man. This one hurt my feelings. It hurts.
1959 Corvette. Thief stole it from a garage. And as you might imagine, he is heartbroken. Our crime reporter, Henry Lee, is here now after speaking with the victim. I can't even imagine, Henry.
Yeah, this little red Corvette's been a big part of his life. He loves cars and hot rods and says this convertible means everything to him.
There's no consequences in this city. People can steal and rob.
Dave Lechteller has been robbed of his pride and joy, his bright red 1959 Corvette that he's had for 18 years.
Oh, God, it's like a stab in the heart.
He turns 80 on Saturday.
This might this might kill him. Like, honestly, at his age, like, he might die from a broken heart. I'm serious. Like, this could be upgraded to murder. If he dies within the next, like, 1 to 3 months, I'm blaming the criminals for stealing his car. And it's just dumb. Like, there's no reason to steal that type of vehicle at all. It probably is worth money, but it has way more sentimental value than it does worth as far as who the hell you gonna sell that vehicle to? Just look at this car. Who the hell are you selling this to? Who you gonna sell that to, man? Anybody that would buy it would know that you shouldn't have it. Like, I mean, you're not selling the guy. I don't know, man. Even the parts. It's just a dumb thing to do. You just basically killed this old man. You broke his heart, man.
Has been robbed of his pride and joy, his bright red 1959 Corvette that he's had for 18 years.
Oh, God, it's like
and they're going to destroy it.
He turns 80 on Saturday, but he doesn't feel much like celebrating. Surveillance video shows two guys breaking into a garage near East 22nd Street and 5th Avenue in Oakland on April 15th. One of them scoots into the garage and the door shuts. Less than 3 minutes later, one of the burglars opens the door and runs off as the other guy pulls out of the garage in the Corvette. He eases out onto the street. Here, the Corvette rolls back a bit and hits the curb because it's on an incline.
So they knew how to drive the car because it was a stick and they just went right out.
Lechteller hasn't seen his $200,000 car ever.
I'm surprised at that. Not many people know how to drive a stick, especially in the younger generation. They don't even make stick shift cars anymore. They might have actually scoped this guy out and were prepared to steal his car. So this might actually be a little more upgraded than just random opportunity type, B-list criminals. We just kind of made up our own thing for criminals. We might need to add some more on there. But yeah, I think they were casing him for sure. I didn't know it was 200,000. They said 200 grand. Wow.
Because it was a stick and they just went right out.
Lechteller hasn't seen his $200,000 car ever since.
It hurts.
Damn,
it's because it's my life. My whole life has been the hot rod cars since I was 14 years old.
He's the ultimate car and racing enthusiast. His apartment's full of memories and photos from his racing days. This is Lechteller in the red jacket when he bought the Corvette back in 2006. He gave the convertible all his love. He rebuilt the engine, repainted the car, reupholstered it.
Restored the car factory perfect.
Only to be ripped off. He thinks he could have been followed from a car show in Pleasanton, with scofflaws learning where he keeps his car and simply returning in broad daylight to make off with it. At this undisclosed location, Lechteller keeps this 1932 Ford Roadster he calls High Boy, next to a Harley named Fat Boy.
Building little model cars back in the days. We'd build little models. Here's pictures of me racing. Here's a picture of me right there.
This is you here?
Yeah.
He may be older now and his Corvette's insured, but he has only one message for the thieves.
I want my car back.
Now,
you're good. You're gonna get $200,000 though. You just said you had insurance, so I mean, it sucks. I know you don't really care about the money. If you did, then you probably wouldn't put all that money to restoring and keeping that vehicle in the first place. But at least you had insurance, so they'll have to cash you out. And I know they are pissed the hell off. They might even deny your claim, honestly, depending on the circumstances, how you got it taken. Like a lot of the times, you got to be careful when you got vehicles like this because they are easy to steal. Like you can literally like hotwire a vehicle like this. It's not that hard to break the ignition and start the car, with something like this. And yeah, he probably was followed back. I mean, he doesn't seem like he's he's probably aware, but he just is too old. Like, I mean, his son, or I don't know if he has kids or cousins or friends, but they need to, give him an extra pair of eyes. And I did not like this one. This one made me kind of feel bad. Like, just the whole situation. Not for him specifically, but...
After all this time he spent restoring this car to its full glory, he hopes anyone who happens to see the car on the street or maybe staffed somewhere to give police a call. Live in studio, Henry Lee, KT.
Nah, he's not getting that car back. Whoever stole that knew what the hell they were doing. That's not something that just the average criminal's gonna steal. They don't even know what the hell to do with it in the first place. So, yeah, he's finished. He's never gonna see that car again. Ever. You know what? I had another one, but we're just going to cut it out there. I mean, this is just crazy, y'all. Let's go into undirected perspective. We'll go dark. Well, what do I got for this? My perspective on it is just, I hope that when we got a chance to watch all these videos that you kind of see the overwhelming theme is that these people are basically putting the criminals in a position where they can rob them with the least resistance possible. So, it's fine. You have to really just like be aware of your surroundings. I think that we don't do enough to help people have more common sense and have more awareness, and then also taking accountability after the fact so you can get better. Because it's fine, we're all gonna make mistakes. I mean, I took a lot of lumps on the head to figure out that I should probably put a helmet on. And that's okay, but you can't continue to make the same mistakes over and over. A wise man learns from others' mistakes. A smart man learns from his own. And a fool doesn't learn at all. And I'm just seeing a lot of fools and maybe even smart people. But yeah, you got to be preventative. Being preventative is the best measure. We've kind of alluded to everything that we need to do to avoid these type of things happening throughout the video. So now, keep your car doors locked. Don't get the garage door opener that clips into your vehicle unless you're going to actually park it in the garage. And honestly, there's no reason to have your garage door opener in your car if you're going to park it outside the garage. It's just foolish. And I get it. You're like, well, I park it in the driveway and then I walk in the house through the garage usually. That's fine. Get a different key fob for it. Or get a different garage door opener. Get the one that clips onto your keys. And then you're good. But you're not going to do it because you're lazy. And it's going to cost you a lot of money in the end because you might think you're safe. I'm going to break it down with this last part. So I'm a basketball official. And they always tell you when you run back to never turn your head away from the play. So when you're running back to become you were the trail, now you're becoming the lead. You always, when you're running, you look back and you watch the players. You don't just look forward and take your eyes off the players. Why? And you know, you're like, why do I need to always look back? And they're like, well, you know what? 1,000 times, nothing's ever gonna happen. You can probably do that and get away with it 1,000 times where you're not looking back. But it's gonna be that one time where you choose not to look back and a kid's gonna hit somebody with an elbow, or an adult, I guess, depending on the level. But something bad's gonna happen and you're not gonna have eyes on it. You're not gonna be able to account for it. And it's gonna destroy your whole career and destroy your whole credibility as far as an official. And I always took that to heart. I was like, you know what? I gotta stop taking shortcuts. And now I've trained myself to always look back, even though it's really annoying to do. It's actually just second nature to me now. I kind of can't even do it. I don't even feel right when I'm not always keeping my eyes on players when I'm officiating. Even at a point where, you know, it doesn't feel right, now it does. So you just have to train yourself to be diligent and make sure that you're not impaired, because then you probably will make a mistake. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Let's just be better as a team and avoid letting criminals be opportunists for us. So I'm out of here. Dotsale OWT. Yeah. In worst case, have cameras and stuff, you know, installed. And, you know, I think that'll help a little bit too, because criminals do, and have your cameras like visible. Don't try to hide them, have them visible, because that is one deterrent to criminals, because they realize that a lot of these cameras have motion detection and stuff like that. So they'll be less likely to steal if they know that, you know, they're being watched. And you're probably going to get a notification. And lastly, lights. You may not want to keep your light on all the time, which maybe you should, but worst case, have motion lights. Because if that big ass bright spotlight goes the second they walk up, they're less likely, because they want to stay in the dark and hidden. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, have a good one, team.